Aatrox is going to be the next mayor in Skyblock. Last time he was elected, we had no clue just how powerful his buffs were, and there's no doubt people want to be doing Slayers. The price of Slayers are being cut in half, which leaves a huge consistent money-making method open. So today I'll be explaining the most optimal way to farm a specific Slayer to make millions every hour and level up the Slayer quickly. First, I must ask, I'm literally less than 5,000 subscribers from YouTube rank. I know every YouTuber asks for this, but I'm so close, man. Like, if you could take just 2 seconds to subscribe, it'll change my life. I post helpful Skyblock videos every single day, which is more consistent than just about every Skyblock YouTuber. It takes up most of my day, so spending just 2 seconds to subscribe will help me reach YouTube rank in a matter of hours. I'm helping you make money, so it's the least you could do. Thanks, and let's get rich. Now first, we're gonna have to figure out what Slayer is going to be making us the most money. Nah, I'm not gonna waste your time. It's spiders. It's gonna be spiders. We're gonna talk about spiders today. A couple people would say it would be wolves, but actually no, because since everyone's going to be doing Slayers, the prices of things like hamster wheels will be dropping, but we sell the toxic arrow poison to the NPC. So today we're gonna talk about the most effective way to be doing spider quests and to get the most amount of money. If we take a look at the boss drops for spiders, the most important one is this toxic arrow poison. Now, if we look at the different tiers, it says tier 2 drops 16, tier 3 drops 24 to 30, and tier 4 drops 60 to 64. Now, if we take a look at how much each of these slayers will cost to start, the tier 3s will end up costing 5,000 coins, and the tier 4s will cost 5 times as much. So if we look at the actual rate of the drops, it's going to be significantly more profitable to be doing tier 3 spiders. You also have the chance to get the Bane of Arthropod 6 book, the Fly Swatter, and the Tarantula Talisman from tier 3s. While given these are extremely rare, if you do enough of these slayers, you'll eventually get some, and those make a lot of money. I think the Fly Swatters go for like 500,000, the Tarantula Talisman's like a couple million. It's pretty crazy. So, in this case, we're going to be focusing most on how to be doing the tier 3 quests the absolute fastest. First, let's talk about how to increase our drop rates the most we can. The 3 things that'll give you the most amount of drop rates are going to be obviously using God Potions. They're really cheap. Buy a God Potion from the auction house, 350,000 coins. Next is going to be, if you're extremely rich, you could put Renown on your armor and you'll get 4% more magic find, or 4% more total magic find. Not necessarily just 4%, but depends how much you have. If you have more than 100, you'll obviously be getting more than 4% magic find. And finally, pets. Now, the easiest pet to get that gives magic find is going to be a Griffin pet. While it doesn't give much magic find, it gives some, and some is much better than none. So even if you go with just a common Griffin pet, you'll be able to get a bunch of magic find. I believe it goes up to 10. But if you're a little bit more rich, you could get a legendary Ender Dragon pet that'll give 10% more stats, or a legendary Black Cat pet that'll give, I believe, 15 magic find. And if you're Refraction or richer, you could get a Chimera 5 Daedalus Axe that'll give you more coins on kill and copy your pet stats over. So if you're using a Griffin pet, you could actually copy the Griffin's magic find stats and double it, making it currently the best way to get magic find in the game. So those are the best ways to get magic find. Some other ways that are less well known are actually putting the magic find enrichment on your talisman and leveling up your magic find through the account profile boost thingy. That's right here. You can get magic find upgrades. All of these are really decent ways to get magic find, but those will take you a while and cost a lot. If you have the MVP plus rank or higher on Hypixel, I strongly recommend you grab yourself a travel scroll to the top of the spider's nest. This is so when you're dropping down and you're slaying all of the spiders, if you want to make your way up to the top, you can run the command /warp nest and it'll teleport you right back up here and you're going to be able to start slaying spiders again. This is important because you want to be doing this as fast as you can, since I guarantee all of the pros, all of the sweats, the richest players will be doing spiders during this time, and you're going to have to compete with them, so we're going to teach you some tricks to get these slayers done as fast as possible. For armor, I would recommend going with, that's nice, the auction house is broken, Superior Dragon Armor, because it'll give you an extra 5% magic find. It'll also give you a significant amount of damage, and make sure you don't die during the slayer bosses. I mean, tier 3 spiders are pretty easy for most people, but just in case, if you can get Superior Dragon Armor, this is the set to use, just over anything like Shadow Assassin or something else, just because of the extra magic find. Now, if you aren't able to afford Superior Dragon Armor, obviously just use any armor that's strong enough to kill tier 3 spiders. It doesn't matter too much. A great set I would recommend is actually going to be Tarantula Armor, and this is because every 4th strike, when you have the full set bonus, you'll be dealing double damage, and it reduces healing by the boss by 40%, which is pretty nice. You also get resistance to spiders, making it a little bit easier to tank through these guys. The best sword for slaying spiders is going to undoubtedly be the Scorpion Foil. This is because it deals 250% extra damage against spiders, which is absolutely ridiculous. Make sure you put the wooden singularity on this sword so it becomes the thick Scorpion Foil. And apply hot potato books. Obviously that sword doesn't have hot potato books, this one does. Bane of Arthropod 6 will help tremendously. And you're going to want the best sword to be able to take out these bosses as fast as possible. Since tier 3s have a fair amount of health, you want to be able to kill them in 1 or 2 hits so you can start your next quest as fast as possible. The Runan's Bow is still going to be your best bet. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and buy myself one right now. This is because the Runan's Bow, of course, shoots 3 arrows, and 3 arrows are better than 1 arrow because these arrows will go and have the homing arrow-like effect, making it significantly easier to slay spiders fast, as you can see. I would recommend fully enchanting this with at least the piercing ability as well, because, well, piercing makes it so you can shoot multiple spiders at once with the same arrow, making it significantly easier to go through them. And yeah, there we go. As you can see, I did that whole boss in like 4 seconds, which is pretty nice. Now, of course, the last way to make slayers go faster is by getting as much combat XP gain as possible. We take a look at the Tarantula Pet. This Tarantula Pet costs about 7.2 million coins to get it around level 1, and maxed out, you actually get 40% more combat XP from spiders. This means it's 10% faster to use this when fighting spider slayers. It also decreases the mana cost of the tarantula armor if that's what you use, and it makes anti-healing 30% less effective against you. So this is overall a pretty good pet for when you're actually going and shooting the spiders with your bow. Then just type in /pets to quickly switch to your main pet. In this case, this would be my Ender Dragon. If you don't have the coins for the tarantula pet, you can always go ahead and just use the legendary wolf pet. It's a little bit worse, but it's significantly cheaper to get a maxed one, so don't worry about getting that unless you have the coins for it. Now lastly, I'm going to show my favorite spots to be slaying spiders from to get the most amount of spider kills ever. So the first one is the very, very top of this nest right here. It's definitely one of the best ones because a couple spiders spawn here every single time. You can also drop down into this batch of cobwebs, and there's a ton of spiders over here. If I could actually, there are blocks in the way. There are a ton of spiders that just hide in the little corners over here. You can also shoot down and have your homing arrows do everything for you, which is really nice. And overall, this is probably the most optimal place to be shooting spiders from. You can get tons of kills really quickly, and you can more importantly see where your boss actually is. So even if you just want to run around down here in little hallways, you can usually find enough spiders to start your mini bosses and start your actual Slayer boss. Now, the last thing there is to mention is please, please don't slay other people's bosses. Alright, it's not worth it. You cannot steal their drops. They're still going to get their drops. All you do is make them mad. So if you see someone trying to take out their boss, don't go and kill their boss, alright? With spiders, you don't actually want to be doing this because it just makes a lot of people mad, and boss trading isn't something people generally do with spiders. If you want to set up a boss trading thing with your friend, that's totally fine, and it will speed up the process a little bit. But don't just go running around trying to slay everyone's mini-bosses and bosses for the XP. Just don't do it. Don't be that guy. For the end of this video, I'm going to show one boss in its entirety, and yes, the best armor I have is going to be Ender armor with a tarantula helmet. Don't judge me. So we're going to start this, and this is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. So I'm not really going to talk. I'm just going to do the spider quest as fast as I can. And there we go. So the boss has been defeated, and I actually was lucky enough to get Toxic Arrow Poison. So what you want to do with the Toxic Arrow Poison is sell it directly to the NPC. You'll make 2,000 coins per arrow poison you got, and as you can see, that quest would have costed me 5,000 coins to start, and we profited 50,000 coins, meaning we made 45,000 coins just in that couple seconds we were fighting that Slayer boss. So that's really all I have for today. Since you made it to the end, it must have been at least somewhat entertaining. And I'll ask one last time, scroll down and click that subscribe button. We're so close to hitting 30,000, we can do it in a few hours if everyone helps out. Thanks for watching, and tune in tomorrow for another great guide. Take care.